Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel, and today's video will be all about how to cleanse your tools, what to use and how to do it. But before we start, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel to see more content on spirituality and self-growth. Now let's get into the video. Cleansing is one of the fundamentals of any spiritual work, as it removes any unwanted energy. This could be positive, negative, neutral, just any energy that doesn't need to be there in the working you're doing. That could be anything from meditation to reading tarot or anything in between. If you don't cleanse your tools or your space, the energies that you once had in the tools could still reside in them and could jeopardize your workings. It could mix up the intentions that you're putting into your working and mess up your whole thing that you're doing. Like, tools could be anything from a Bible or your religious book, or could be a wand, could be tarot, or if you swing a mace around when you're praying or something. Some people also consider your body as a tool as well, because you're using that in order to do whatever you're doing. Cleansing your tools is just as equally as important as cleansing your space and yourself, as these are the three main elements of any workings that you do. You take yourself into the space and you use things, or even just yourself, to manifest or do whatever practice you're doing in the space that you've chosen. So it's very important to cleanse all three spaces. But today we're only going to be focusing on tools. I've already done a video on how to cleanse your space, so if you'd like to check that out, that would be in a playlist called Cleansing 101. This video is also going to be in that playlist. I also have a slightly better explanation as to what cleansing is and how it's important in my Cleansing Yourself video. So if you thought this explanation was a little bit wishy-washy, then you can watch the other video as well, and hopefully you'll get a better idea. If you still have any questions, I can do a full video on just the basics of cleansing, in general, to help you to understand more about it. So when should you cleanse your tools? You should cleanse your tools anytime that you reuse an item, or if your item is new, as it could have absorbed energy from manufacturers, or people have delivered your item to you if you ordered it, or the shop you bought it from. So you don't want anyone else's energy in your tools. You want to make sure that it's clean the first time you use it, so no other energies can interfere with what you're trying to put out, especially if it's something like crystals or tarot, or divination tools especially. They need to be cleansed a lot, and as soon as you get them, otherwise it could jeopardize your own readings. And every time that you use it, especially if you use it a lot, you should be cleansing it. Here are just some of the ways that I like to cleanse my tools. The first way is probably the most common way that anyone cleanses anything nowadays, from what I've seen. For me, it's the most effective way. This is through smoke cleansing. Smoke cleansing is where you burn off herbs, flowers, plants, wood or incense in order to engulf your tools and draw out the energy from it. For example, if you burn sage, that is basically like a spiritual bleach. It gets rid of every energy, not just negative, like positive and negative and neutral. Everything goes, so you can recharge your tools with your own energy and intention, and everything that you want in your working at that moment will be completely clear for everything that you want. Whereas if you burn something like rosemary or Palo Santo, that gets rid of negative energy and brings in the positive energies. So if you're trying to work with only positive energies, so you're trying to manifest something positive, you don't want any negative energies around you, otherwise that could lower your vibration and the vibration of your tools and fill the space with just negativity, and that's not good. No one wants that. No one wants that. Another way you can cleanse your tools is through using water, preferably fresh, so from a stream, like a fresh stream, or if you have really clean water coming from your taps, that would work as well. Or if you have specific water that you've charged with moonlight or sunlight or with other crystals, that could help cleanse your tools. However, some tools obviously shouldn't be put in the water because it could damage it. So like books, your paper's going to get wet. Don't put it in the water. And even some things that you might think could go in water because it's hard, like crystals, some of them will dissolve in the water. So you have to do a lot of research on what your crystal is soluble by. Is that even the way to say it? Like, will it dissolve, basically? So crystals like rose quartz and clear quartz, amethyst, citrine, they're all okay to be in water. It's the more salt-based crystals like selenite or crystals that will give off metal elements into the water, like I think hematite does that. You just need to check which of your crystals can and can't be in water for your own safety. Especially if you're planning on drinking the water after. I'll do a whole other video on charging things with crystals, but you can cleanse things with water. I've talked about this one in another video as well, but this is the hardest one for me personally and for most beginners that I have talked to and seen online. It's visualization. This is basically where you sit and you meditate and visualize the energies leaving your tools and exiting your space. It's kind of like you're chasing it out mentally, so you're channeling your own energy into your tools in order to push it out of your tools. I'm saying tools way too many times. This is really hard because if you don't focus your energy and channel it enough into the tools that you're trying to cleanse, it just won't cleanse, and then you'll be left with tools that are harbouring negative energy, and especially if you're into like cursing people, stuff like that. And then you go and use the same tools to try and manifest something positive, and it could just backfire on you, and it's just just not worth it. You know, personally, I just try to stay away from cursing and things like that, because karma. But you know, it's just, you do you, boo. You do you. As briefly mentioned before, you can charge items with crystals, and this is another way you can also cleanse your items. For example, selenite is a well-known cleanser of energies of other crystals and other tools and your space and yourself. There's also a discussion behind whether you need to cleanse the selenite itself with something else like incense or the moon, because it's said to be self-cleansing. I usually just cleanse my selenite once a month on a full moon, and I just leave it outside so it charges with full moon energy. But the other crystals I'd cleanse with the selenite before I use them, or with any of the other methods that I mentioned. And it seems to be doing good for me, but remember, your practice is your practice, so whatever feels right to you, go with that. Use your intuition all the time and you should be good. This last way is through using the moon. You can place your tools outside at night time when the moon's out, and let the moon's energy cleanse your tools for you. I usually do this with crystals on a full moon. I read somewhere that the energy is strongest at a full moon, so that's why I do it on a full moon. But you can also do it on new moon or any time in the moon cycle, really. It's best to know what you're cleansing for, because different times in the cycle are good for different things. So new moon, I think, is for like new beginnings and stuff. You should probably check that though. Don't take my word for it. I'm not great with like astrology and moon cycles and stuff. I just know when there's a full moon. I use it every month without fail, and I'm dribbling. Moon is your friend. This last tip I will probably stress in every cleansing video I do. You need to open your windows. Otherwise, after you've cleansed, where's the energy gonna go? It's just gonna go into your space and then reside in your space and just keep messing up everything when you want it out of your space. So you need to open your windows to let the negative energy or unwanted energy out. You just need to do that. Just get rid of the energy that you tried to get rid of. Otherwise, like, if you keep it in the space, it's going to bounce around and probably find its way back into your tools. If not, it will just stay in your space, and it will be not very good, especially if you're sensitive to energies like I am. No. These are just some of the ways that I like to cleanse my tools, and there are so many other ways out there. I could probably talk about cleansing methods for like an hour, but no one wants to watch an hour of that. That's all we've got for today. I'd just like to say thanks to everyone who's supported me so far, and I really appreciate all you guys donating things and sending me presents, help me on my spiritual journey, like crystals and books, incense. And if you'd like to donate anything, or even just like send me a message or something, I've got my socials down in the description box, and yeah, feel free to comment nice things. Support me. But Before I go, don't forget to like this video, comment what else you'd like to see, subscribe and ding the bell so you never miss an upload. Feel free to follow me on my socials, they'll be in the description box. As always, stay safe, stay happy, I love you. Bye!